Hey, Nerd Nation! It's your boys, Amp, Kenny, and Steve. What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How about them Giants though? Huh? Huh?
How about them
How
Giants?
about them? How about that boy Daniel Jones? Huh?
Yeah. How about that NFC East?
3/4 of it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, a crazy, awesome wild card weekend just wrapped up.
Yep.
Uh, Kenny is victorious. The Giants did beat the Vikings to move on,
Just like I said they would.
just like you said.
There was never a
Uh,
doubt. There really wasn't. Like I never doubted
I
like
mean,
they were gonna win
yeah,
that game.
we've been
Like,
saying for a while that
like
Minnesota were frauds.
if we would have lost, like I said, I would have been fine with it. Like I would have been content with the season. But honestly, I never. I knew we were gonna win that game. So
yeah. So let's just go down a list of the past weekend games in order, break them down a little bit, and then we'll jump into next week. Cool?
okay. Yeah.
So first game, 49ers, Seattle, Brock Purdy.
It was a close game until halftime, and then it
the
wasn't.
defense, 49ers took care of business. Kenny, Steve and I picked the Niners to win. Kenny, you picked the upset of Seattle.
And I was feeling myself until halftime. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
But then
I think the 7th seed are 0-6 since this new playoff format versus the 2 seed. I mean, it almost happened, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
a 7th seed.
The one thing that I learned this week is that from this game is like Brock Purdy is definitely gone next year. Not gone, but not the starter. Because not just me saying this, but this system has shown that literally anybody can be in it, which means that Trey Lance will probably get his shot again. Because like the worries are like, is Trey Lance going to be okay, whatever? But like, he can't be worse than Brock Purdy in the system, right?
I mean, Purdy's been looking better than Jimmy G when Jimmy G was in, though.
Better how?
Throwing for like 300 yards.
Better how?
He threw 3 touchdowns, 300 yards last week.
Yeah. Jimmy G goes games where he throws like 18 yards.
Because he doesn't have to throw 300 yards. All right? But I'm just saying, like, Trey Lance is going to be in the system. Like,
Brock
Purdy,
I told you, like, Trey Lance is not going anywhere.
Brock Purdy won Trey Lance another chance in this system because now they see anybody can be in the system. So, like you don't have to worry about Trey Lance like coming in and like sucking. You know what I mean? Which is the worry because we haven't seen that. We haven't seen
also what Purdy also did was What Purdy also did was solidify himself as the backup. And Jimmy G they don't need to pay Jimmy G to stay, and he can go somewhere else, and they don't have to pay him $10+ million.
I don't think Brock Purdy will be the second string next year.
Why?
So
literally, he has not lost a game.
Let's play a game out of this then. Between Jimmy G, Trey Lance, and Purdy, cut one, keep one, trade one.
Cut one,
keep one. No.
Start
one,
trade one.
Wait, shouldn't one of them start?
Let's just say you run one quarterback.
Just the player.
Yeah.
Like we're not like thinking about like their contracts or anything like that. Just the player.
No. Yeah, just the player. I mean, obviously take into account their age, experience, talent, all that, but contracts don't matter.
I don't like Trey Lance, so I'm biased. I just don't like him. I don't think he's
going
to be
good. In for the sake of the argument, it does not matter because of the system.
So okay. For the sake of the argument in the system, I would start Trey Lance, Jimmy G as the backup, and then Purdy would be cut. Because I would still want.
You got to cut one, trade one.
Oh, trade one. You said.
Yeah, trade one.
I heard start one, bench one, cut one. Trade. I would trade Lance. Actually, I feel like Lance might be able to get you the most because Purdy and Jimmy G aren't going to get you anything.
No.
Trey Lance, like the potential might get you something back. So I would trade Lance, start Jimmy G, and then Purdy will be the backup. In that scenario. Maybe that's the way it goes. Maybe that's the scenario. Maybe that's the route for Purdy to be the backup next year.
Maybe
the route for Purdy to be the backup is that they're not going to pay Jimmy G. He's going to go to the Jets or somewhere, and he'll be the backup to Trey Lance.
They discussed bringing him back already. Brock Purdy is not going to be the reason why they go away from those conversations.
No, I think Trey Lance is because they invested in Trey Lance.
No, but I'm saying this year, mid-season, they were talking about bringing Jimmy G back for next year already. I'm saying like,
yeah, I know because I don't think
that's what they
knew.
say, but doesn't mean it's going to happen.
That's also before they knew that Brock Purdy was the next coming of Tom Brady.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Brock Purdy is changing that conversation with Jimmy G.
I think he is. They're not going to have all three.
They might. Why not?
QBs don't hold three. Teams don't roster 3 QBs every week.
Well, then I guess Brock Purdy was not to sit on that.
And you're not going to put.
But then someone's going to pick him up.
No, hell no. You're not going to put him on the practice squad. He'll get snatched.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
I mean,
but
that is the reality. Is that
I don't think he's the backup next year. We'll see. We'll see. They have had backups, and like Brock Purdy has been the best of like those like no names like CJ. What was his name?
Beathard,
whatever.
Yeah.
And then they had Nick Mullins. Remember, Nick Mullins even had a nice game or two. It's the
but none of them won 8 straight, including 7 straight, including a playoff game.
Also, but like this team isn't stacked everywhere. They have 6 All Pros that don't include CMC and Debo. CMC
I know, but they
don't count towards it. They have 8 All Pros pretty much.
They were under 500 when they made the CMC trade, so they weren't winning games before.
So CMC, you said,
but we still knew that they were. Yes. So, but my point is that like Purdy has to count for something. It's not all the system.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy G and Trey Lance were not winning every game.
But you just said
Jimmy G was not putting up numbers like Purdy.
No, he wasn't. He just wasn't.
Said that they were under 500 before the CMC trade. So
my point is that they knew that we're still a good roster, right? Let's go get CMC. But they weren't just winning every game.
Okay, so maybe CMC is the difference, not Purdy. Like, who's to say like they wouldn't have won all these games with Jimmy G and CMC?
That's partially true. I mean, CMC definitely plays a big
they won
part.
11 straight games because Brock Purdy came in over Jimmy G? No, come on, man.
My point is, you don't win 11 straight games by accident. That's my point.
Okay.
And
Purdy hasn't played bad at all.
No, I'm not saying Purdy has played bad.
Yeah, he's honestly had a good game every game.
I'm just saying, like he's not going to change their plans for next year. Whatever plans they have,
I don't know.
Let's see how far they go. They get the Cowboys this week. Let's see how far they go.
Even if they win the Super Bowl, it doesn't change the plans. It doesn't.
What?
It doesn't.
It has to.
If they win the Super Bowl,
the Eagles won the Super Bowl back up.
Yeah,
they got rid of Wentz.
They did get rid of Wentz.
And they got rid of Wentz.
Sucks anyways. Like Nick Foles wasn't the guy, right?
Well, Jimmy G sucks.
He's 30 years old.
Doesn't matter. Brock Purdy is not changing the plans. Brock Purdy is a guy that his peak, or what he should aim for, is to be the backup next year.
Why do you say that though? Because he's a 7th round pick. That's the only reason.
He also has made some like that touchdown or like that long play he had this past week. That was a shit throw. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
he's not Tua. He's not going to make every great throw.
Josh Allen makes some shit plays too.
Not Tua. He sits on the field for more than 5 games at a time.
Yeah. Shut up.
Hey, you brought him up, buddy. All right, it was low hanging fruit there. I had to take it.
Fine.
All right. Moving on to the next game. What's been so? What?
I know.
10 minutes on Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy.
That's how.
A guy that will be. Sorry.
He's impactful to the 49ers.
Also, this just shows how
he's relevant because he's starting.
Quarterbacks are in the league that we're talking about Brock Purdy for 10 freaking minutes.
No, that's how good San Francisco's team is. That even with Brock Purdy, they are here.
Yes, but they weren't doing this with Jimmy G or Trey Lance.
Without CMC. Get it right. They weren't doing this without CMC.
Yeah, but still, CMC helps.
They weren't doing this without CMC. They're not doing this because of Brock Purdy.
They're not doing this because of CMC either.
Actually, they might be.
I don't think so. No.
They might be.
CMC helps a lot. Sure, I'll give him that. But let's Purdy putting up 300 yards and multiple touchdowns is not because of CMC.
Let's move on to 2 real quarterbacks. All right. 2 guys that we know will be starting next year and are relevant. All right. With the Chargers and the Jaguars game. Okay. Amp, you You called it. Can he hear me? This guy's messing up already. What's going on, buddy? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
All right.
Going in the tunnel.
Hold your phone. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me see what's going on. Oh.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey was traded on October 20.
Okay.
Jimmy G got hurt in week. What week is that, man?
This guy's still on Brock Purdy.
My point. Okay. Yeah.
It's cross-referencing. Hang on.
That they played separate. Christian McCaffrey was traded for about probably 4 or 5 weeks before Brock Purdy, the legend of Brock Purdy, came in. So something along the lines of Brock Purdy is definitely impactful. All right, moving on.
You're saying Jimmy G had some time with CMC.
He did.
How?
Yeah.
How many games has Brock Purdy started?
8.
Man,
they're like on an 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, but not all 11 is from Purdy.
Oh, so they were doing this before Purdy?
Yeah, they started winning games before Purdy.
Oh, okay. Just making sure it wasn't just
and before McCaffrey.
Brock Purdy's first game was Week 13 against the Dolphins, where Jimmy G got hurt in the game. That's Week 13. Christian McCaffrey got traded.
So they were winning before Purdy, post McCaffrey.
Well, as McCaffrey must have been traded, what week?
I'm just saying.
What's the deadline? 8?
I'm just saying. Because they won 11 games straight, I believe. It's 11 games.
The trade deadline is what, week 8?
That means
week
Brock
6?
Purdy has only been here for like 6-7 games, which means they're on that winning streak before Purdy. I'm just saying it's CMC. We're moving on. Let's talk about 2 real quarterbacks, please. We're already 12 minutes in. We're still in this damn game. We have to go through 5 more games. Let's talk about next week's games. Can we move on?
Don't worry. Some of them are just fillers anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Right. So, like Kenny was saying, I called the upset of the week Jacksonville over the sorry-ass Chargers.
It wasn't looking good. 27-0.
Trash-ass Chargers.
It was 27-0.
Trevor said, I got him right where I want him. Trevor said,
right after his 4 picks.
Yeah.
He said,
well, it was 3 picks, man. Not 1 pick. That was clear passing interference.
Trevor said, family, go ahead and bet on I'm going to give you a big lead. That way Vegas gives us great odds in the second half. And I'm going to
Are you accusing Jimmy G of gambling? With
Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, sorry.
No.
Sorry,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No.
But so you know what? This was a blessing in disguise for the Chargers. It was.
Why?
So they can fire their.
They didn't fire Staley, but at least they fired Lombardi, who it was terrible. All right. And guess what? Any potential offensive coordinator, there isn't one that doesn't want this job.
This is the best job, yes.
Yeah, there isn't one that doesn't want this job. And you get anybody better than Lombardi with freaking Justin Herbert. They're going to be all right. Staley still sucks, though. I wish they would have fired the entire staff, but
yeah, I mean Lombardi was a sacrificial lamb. They called for somebody's head, so it had to be him.
So,
but let's not forget also the Chargers. To be honest, and I didn't watch the first half because I was at the Panthers game, but from what I heard and saw, that they started all their touchdowns were on short field because Trevor Lawrence kept throwing interceptions.
Yeah, it's true.
And then they didn't score a touchdown in the second half.
But I mean,
the Chargers?
How else? They had no choice but to score on short fields because they kept getting. You know
That's
what I mean?
You gave me, fine, right?
Yeah.
But when the second half, when Trevor got it together, and the Chargers had normal possessions, they didn't score a single touchdown.
Yeah, so Lombardi sucks.
They couldn't move the ball.
Not the whole team. Like
Mike Williams being hurt because Staley's an idiot.
Well, yeah, that too. Why did he start Mike Williams in the previous game?
He's an idiot.
Mike Williams and Bosa and some of those guys should have just not played. You didn't.
Bosa made some stupid plays too.
Well, Bosa's an idiot.
Yeah.
I think Bosa is dumb. So, but yeah,
he ain't the brightest.
But I think this is gonna be a blessing in disguise for the Chargers. Imagine they would have won this game or won one more, and then they just kept this entire staff and then you will never make that jump. I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like now they can get a little head start on that. So, in my opinion.
So remember when you called me a Herbert hater, and I was like, no. I mean, you know what? He's not. He has not done that. He hasn't been that great. I'm going to say it. I
I
know the defense gave up the points, but he also didn't put up any points in the second half.
But is that his fault or Lombardi's
fault? He put up
27.
He put
up 27. Is Lombardi throwing the ball? Is Lombardi throwing the ball?
He put up
27. He put up 27. It's not his fault. His team gave up 30, whatever.
Hey, when you're playing Sunshine, when you're playing Trevor Lawrence, the first overall pick, you better get ready for the comeback.
All right, whatever.
Anyways, I said I'm not hating on Herbert. I am picking Doug Peterson, big balls Doug Peterson, over moron Brandon Staley. And damn, that game came down to that.
Okay.
Because Doug Peterson had some great play calling. That 4th and 1 was genius.
Oh, the 3 running backs.
The 3 running backs, and they did a sweep to the outside with Etienne. Amazing. So I'm taking full credit. Thank you. You're welcome, Jacksonville. I called it.
It's over. They're gonna get smacked next week. We'll get to that one.
They are.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Or wait, right, there's more. All right, let's
move on to those frauds up in Buffalo.
That is right. You tell him, Kenny.
Joshy turnovers. That's what I call it now. All right, because that's all he does is turn the ball over, one way or another. Either interception or fumbles. Josh Allen sucks. Overrated.
I think I saw a stat that said that Buffalo was like 30th in turnovers or something like that.
The differential?
I don't remember if it was differential or actual turnovers.
What he led the league or second in the league in interceptions. So
it might have been differential. Yeah, they were like almost dead last or last.
When your quarterback's consistently giving the ball away,
yeah,
that's gonna happen. All right.
Actually, yeah. Josh Allen is tied for 3rd with the most interceptions.
Yeah, he sucks. He's missing Brian Daboll. I said it.
So
they don't really have anything on their offense other than Diggs.
Guess who's 3rd most interceptions, and then Daniel Jones has the least interceptions in the league. I'm just saying, maybe there's a Daboll connection there. So, because he wasn't turning the ball over like this before the previous 2 years.
How many does Danny Jones have?
5.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't turn the ball over. His turnovers were always fumbles.
Yeah.
And this year, I think this year he had 2, and they were both like recovered by the Giants. So, yeah. So how about them Dolphins?
All right. So the Dolphins went into this game without Tua, without Raheem Mostert. Teron Armstead came back from injury. Xavier Howard played with an injury.
Xavier Howard is cooked. Let's just put that out there.
They started a left guard that they had just called up from the practice squad on Friday. And this guy started.
And who called this? Well, I called a win. I thought the Dolphins might win it. I texted you that morning. I'm like, hey, why not us? Why not us? All right. And shit, almost. We were clearly
on paper the worst team because of all of our injuries, right?
No. Yeah. Oh yeah, against them. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I thought you meant out of all the games, but yeah.
No. Possibly nobody was starting their 3rd string quarterback. So then also let's add. Oh, you're so right. You're right. I forgot. I don't value him as that kid's gonna be a stud.
Anyways.
We're gonna do a whole episode on Brock Purdy.
I would leave this show. I would leave this.
Starting 3rd string, 7th round pick Skylar Thompson, who looked terrible last week.
I think only only threw 30%. Like his percentage.
He was not
terrible.
The pick before Purdy too.
Yeah.
No, not. I don't think the exact pick or
he's the QB before.
QB before Purdy.
QB before Purdy.
It's crazy. You guys could have had Purdy.
Yeah, you could have had a real franchise quarterback.
Okay. Anyways. So here are some of the impacts that the Dolphins screwed themselves on. Waddle, not his best game.
Sucks.
Dropped.
Let's be honest. He sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody dropped.
Yeah, but Waddle had the yips or something. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He dropped, I think, 3 passes that were, I believe,
and he hurt himself.
All first downs.
Yeah, and hurt his shoulder, I think, right?
Something like that. He came back in, but yeah, he hurt himself. Tyreek dropped an easy first down in his hands. Gesicki dropped one right through his hands.
Yeah,
that's 5 drops that I can think of, and I don't even know who else dropped. So
you're saying Skyler's good. His receivers suck.
But I am saying, like, dude, help your freaking rookie QB out. Yeah. Like, he's playing his ass off. I'm not gonna put you can't blame Skyler because he did what he needed to do, and he did what he can do. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He didn't cost us the game. Also, the lack of run game. We tried in the first half. They just couldn't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball. We were getting like 2 yards a game. A carry.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest with why you guys lost this game. You guys didn't lose this game because of anything you just mentioned.
I'm getting there. I'm not there yet.
Because I have a comment to make.
We lost this game. Write down your comment. On McDaniel's ineptitude of calling the plays quick enough, getting the play to the QB.
And why was that? Why was he not being quick enough?
Because he was vaping on the sideline.
Too busy smoking on the sideline. All right. Can he grow up?
Can he grow up? God. Anyways,
what was that?
I don't know. Let the man be.
Well, I would if
you should fine him for that.
If
it was his first playoff game, he's stressed. Okay.
That was insane. You guys had a 4th and 1, right? You guys got the clock, the shot clock, the play clock reset. I think because they changed personnel, whatever. So it means you had 22 more seconds, and then you still got a delay of game. Make it make sense.
There was one of the parts in the interview. He said that on one of the 4th downs, he wasn't aware that it was 4th down. He thought they got the 1st down.
Ooh,
so when he realized,
Ron Rivera over here, I wasn't aware.
That was the play.
Yeah, basically,
it was 4th and 1. I noticed it, and so did a lot of people on Twitter. That spot of the ball was not accurate at all. So he must have thought it was 1st down because it looked like he got a 1st down. Now that's not an excuse. You're the head coach. You're supposed to know what down it is.
They have these things right? like on the sideline. They tell you what down it is, right? He's actually very close to.
And then you got he's like millions of dollars in salary sitting in a box up above the field.
He has a guy in his earpiece that's telling him. But
I know. So that was huge, and honestly, biggest contributor to costing us the game because even with all the drops and no run game, we were still in that game with a minute and a half.
You guys could have won that game.
To kick a field goal and tie.
The game.
He did.
I think he's going to win it. I think we're going to tie it up and win it, or at least tie it up and go into overtime and then lose in overtime.
Something, yeah.
But Mike McDaniel.
It was very frustrating as we're literally watching the clock run down to like 8 seconds, and they didn't even break the huddle yet.
And that's like every single play.
Yeah, so every play was late, man. I think he had to call 2 timeouts just to avoid the delay of game. Like, we needed those timeouts. That was very frustrating. So, with all that, we still almost won that damn game.
Should have won it.
I want to give a big shout out because the first quarter was 17-0, and Josh Boyer, defensive coordinator, he adjusted. And second quarter was different. And the rest
shout
of the
out
game,
to him, and good luck to wherever he is next year.
I mean, Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer, bro, that defensive line was on point. So it's just like, damn it, man. The defense actually woke up. I know they gave up 34 points, but 17 were in the first quarter, and they woke up the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It was frustrating, but I'm going to end it with this. I didn't expect to be this close into the game with Skylar Thompson. I'm proud of them. That was the most fun. I mean, the last 2 playoff games that we've had, and I'm talking about 2016 and I don't even know the last time.
2008.
Is it 2008?
Yeah, I believe so, right? 2008 was that the
Wildcard year?
2010.
It might be 2010 or 11. One of those, I think.
Was it the Wildcard year?
Can you look it up?
I am. You can talk it.
Last playoff appearances. But my point is, I didn't expect to be in the game. This was a fun game, man. I felt like an actual playoff game where we were in it to the last second, and I'm excited to build off of this for next year.
I have it.
Go ahead.
2008. I was right.
So 2008, 2016?
2008, 2016, and 2022. And your last win was in the year 2000. You also made it in 2001. Was that the Wildcat year? No, 2008 was.
No, the Wildcard was 2008 with Tony Sperano, Ronnie Brown. So I'm excited. This core is the Dolphins have a very good young core, and I'm just excited to see the offseason.
That's the problem.
I can't be mad.
No picks.
We just don't have our first round pick. We have the rest of the picks.
No money.
Yeah,
old Alex Xavier.
No quarterback.
We can release Byron Jones with no guaranteed money.
Release. You are releasing him. Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's been a waste of money.
You know, he didn't play a single snap this year. He was hurt the whole year.
I know.
The whole year.
Yeah, I know. He had that Will Fuller injury.
Yeah. 2 years in a row, man. Phantom injuries to these guys. All right. I'm happy with the way the season ended. I can't be mad. You know what I mean? Rookie head coach, starting QB out for 5+ games, 5-6 games.
You gonna take that every year?
I'll take playoffs next year, but they need to fucking show a little more. They need to win.
Stay healthy. You need to stay healthy.
You know what, man? And I saw this actually everywhere. Tua plays that game, and everyone says that Dolphins win that game.
I agree, but that's the problem with Tua. He won't play that game. That's the problem.
Yeah, the problem is if he plays.
Yeah,
like the problem's always been the injury questions. You know what I mean? Anybody wants to question like if he's not elite in certain aspects of the game, that's fine. Like he might not be elite. He's average. He's average, right? Let's say he's average, but he's not on the field to even show it. So that's the problem. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Dolphins have a lot of question marks going into the offseason. You know, they will be there soon. Offseason is only 2 months away, so we'll see what happens.
A month?
All right.
So Bowl's in less than a month.
Yeah, but you know it starts in March, like free agency. Yeah. You know that's.
I got you.
All right.
Let's move on to a real game.
To Kenny's New York Giants. Kenny, take it away.
How about that boy Danny? Huh? Come on, give it up for Danny. Come on, give him his flowers, give him his props. That boy's been balling. All right. This wasn't a Saquon game. Saquon scored 2 short yardage touchdowns, right? But this was a Daniel Jones game. Like this game ran through him. He was from the very first snap. 2 weeks ago when we played the Colts, everybody knew we win that game, we're in, right? The Giants came out very nervous, very shaky, and I'm like, I feel like they're gonna come out that way against Minnesota because, it's the playoffs. Not at all. That boy was poised from the very first snap, balling, getting chunk yards with bums at receiver. All right, Isaiah Hodgins out here looking like prime Victor Cruz. Okay, so the Giants our motto this playoffs is our way. This is literally the Giants' way. This is literally how the Giants win playoff games. So Kirk Cousins sucks. He actually played well. Like his stats he actually had a good game.
He always has good stats, but that doesn't mean anything.
He had a good game. Just wasn't good enough. All right. And now we're moving on. And we get Philly this week, and guess what? We're gonna beat them too. All right. So
Kenny, I mean, Daniel Jones had an awesome game. 24-35.
He's the man.
301 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I hate
led
this
the team
stat.
in rushing.
Hold on, I hate this stat. He's the first quarterback ever to have 300 in a playoff game, 300 plus passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 70 plus rushing yards. But really, he had 81 rushing yards. But the freaking kneel downs got him down to 78. And kneel downs should not count against a quarterback's rushing stats. All right, so he would have had 80 plus rushing yards, plus to go along with 300 passing yards, plus his touchdowns, and they took that from him. But he was still the first quarterback ever to do it. So the other quarterbacks that have done it, like they've had 200 passing yards and 70 rushing yards, has been like Josh Allen, and I think maybe it was Vic and somebody else. Oh, Lamar. So he's the man, and I love him, and I'll die for him. All right,
Jesus,
I would. I'll take a bullet for that man.
So they're gonna extend him, right? This offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they already said they were going to, him and Saquon.
So what do we think he's gonna get? Over, under 160 million?
Well, it depends how many years he gets, but I think around 30 mil a year, which would land him like around like
30?
Jared Goff numbers.
30 million a year.
Yeah, I think 30.
5 years.
I think 30. I don't think he gets 5 years. I think they give him like a 3 year, but we'll see. I think.
Okay.
I think both teams. I think it'll be smart for Daniel and for the Giants to both get like a 3 year deal. Because like if he keeps balling, get paid more, or if he sucks, you get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, like, the thing is, and we talked about this, you don't extend Daniel Jones, even if you guys lost. Let's say you lost. You don't extend Daniel Jones. Where are you going to get your next quarterback?
No,
you know what I mean?
We have our next quarterback.
Well, I know, but let's say they say, you know what, Daniel Jones is not our guy. Where are you going to get your next QB? You know what I mean? You're not going to draft one in the first round because you're not going to have a good enough pick.
Right
now,
you're
going to just you're going to pick at least 25th.
He's not, but we're not talking about better. We're just talking about getting another quarterback.
Saying, you will only do that if you can upgrade or get like a rookie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But my point is they're going to enter that carousel of just over, like the Colts have been lately and the Washington's been doing for the last several years.
We have a young quarterback. He's 25. He's younger than Joe Burrow still. All right, like Joe Burrow, I think he's 26, I believe. So
let's not forget who his coach was last year, and who his offensive coordinator was for 2 years. I did not know Jason Garrett lasted 2 years.
By the way, you said, you went with Peterson over Staley. I said it. I mean, I'm picking Dayball over. What's his name?
O'Connell.
McConnell, McDonald, whatever. I don't care. All right. I'm picking Dayball over him. All right. And got it done. But yeah, I think he gets like 30 to 35 mil. That lands him around like the Jared Goff, right? That which is like the lower. It's the low end. It's the low end of the non-rookie contracts.
I was going to say, whatever Goff is making, they're going to have to pay him a little more because there's no way.
I think Goff makes like 30. I think Danny lands around like 32, 33 a year. Plus, I don't think and other NFL like people have said like there's gonna if he hits free agency, a lot of teams are gonna want Daniel Jones. A lot of offensive corners are gonna want him, and he might get offered more money elsewhere. But if you're Daniel Jones, you've been through Jason Garrett, you've been through now pretty much 3 head coaches. Like you finally are in a system with a coach that you're thriving in. Why go somewhere else? That'll be like his 5th offensive system that he'll be in, or 4th, whatever. You know what I mean? Like why even do that? So I think it's a mutual interest of coming back. So
I'm looking at quarterback contracts, and Matt Ryan is at 30 million. Goff is at 33.5.
Okay,
Danny Jones is going to get probably 36. He might, 35 to 38 million.
That's a 35. Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine with me. Sign him back. Actually, my biggest question is how much are we paying Saquon? I don't care what we pay Danny. Pay him what you gotta pay him to keep him. I don't care. But Saquon is still a running back. I want to know what we're gonna pay him. If it's anything more than 15, 16 a year, I don't know.
Can they tag him?
Yeah, they can tag him. But why not a running
15,
back?
16 a year. God. So McCaffrey's at 16, Kamara and Zeke are at 15.
Yeah, so 15, 16.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Saquon's not going to take less than 15, right?
I'm saying if it's like 17, 18, you might have to let him go.
Well, Zeke is probably going to be out of a job after this year.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they can
cut him. He's not going to get 15 or 16 mil on another team. He's not even the best running back on his own team.
Come on, Zeke?
I know. Yeah, Zeke.
And Kamara hasn't done anything in the last 2 years.
Tony Pollard is going to get tagged. That guy's going to get tagged.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard's going to get tagged.
Yeah, Tony Pollard's going to be kept. Zeke's going to be gone.
Yeah. Which means they're going to be paying Tony Pollard 12 to 13 million for 1 year. That's crazy. We'll see what they do there.
I'm proud of the Giants. I love them. Love that team. Love all the guys. Isaiah Hodges, baller. Been nothing but great since we picked him up in November. In November, we picked him up. He was cut by the Bills in November. I think he has 5 touchdowns since then. He had 108 yards and a touchdown this past game. And like I said last week, like the Giants, like if they win or lose, whatever. I'm like they've overachieved this year, and I think that should worry and be scary for the Eagles. The Giants have nothing to lose, and they're riding a high right now. So
yeah, I was thinking like, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was thinking, I was like, man, the Giants are playing with house money. They have
saying.
no pressure on them. And the Eagles have the most pressure in the league because they're the number 1 seed. And they need to figure out what they're doing because if, like with Jalen Hurts' contract and all this stuff. So Eagles need
Daniel Jones right now playing his best ball. Meanwhile, Hurts has been dealing with an injury.
Yeah. The Eagles as a whole have been trending down for the last few weeks.
He'll be 2 weeks. They're 2 weeks since they last played. They might be a little rusty. You never know. Yeah. I'm not saying we're gonna win.
I think the Eagles peaked too early.
This is I'm jumping a little segment here. Like I'm jumping but I don't think we're gonna win. But the Giants will 100% cover. I'll say that it's gonna be a close game. Right now, the line I think where Eagles are favored by 7.5.
Really? That's a big spread.
7.5. They're not beating us by 2 possessions. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. So we'll see.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, Kenny, again, congrats on the Giants. Let's see what they do next week. Let's move on to the Sunday night game, the Ravens and the Bengals.
Boring game.
We all picked the Bengals. And to be honest, the Ravens almost pulled off a huge upset. If it wasn't for Tyler Huntley, according to J.K. Dobbins, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wild that he said that.
He was mad about his carries too.
Yeah, he was mad that he didn't get goal line carries.
That's pretty shitty.
These new kids, man.
A guy that you've been out for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I think it was a shot not at Huntley. I think it was more of a shot at Lamar because there's been rumors
that
Lamar could have played. Lamar just doesn't want to play because he doesn't want to get hurt because he wants to get paid. Yeah. So there's question marks about I guess not his loyalty, but I guess his commitment. I guess
Well, I mean, why should he be committed to a team that doesn't want to commit to him?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, honestly,
that's probably his mindset.
Yeah, but that's between him and the front office. The other his teammates don't care about that. Dobbins doesn't care about that.
Yeah, but Lamar.
It's all about money.
He can be making. He can get a $500 million contract. Get hurt. Now it's like another 1-year deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah, especially if they don't. Why? I think about it from the state of mind of why should I come in and play, risk my health in the future, get you guys, let's just say they go all the way to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl, and then you don't re-sign me at the end of the year.
It's kind of like people are criticizing Michael Vick's comment. You saw what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should have just braced it up and played.
Yeah, and RG3 was that's literally how he ended up.
Yeah, I agree with RG3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
get it.
Said, this is why my career ended.
Yeah. I get it. Why he's not doing it, but then I can also understand why his teammates would still be pissed. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I see it from both sides, but at the end of the day, it's a business. So
no. And at the end of the day,
if he hurts himself now in the playoffs, he's not going to be ready for the season next year.
Well, forget that. If he hurts himself again, he's not going to get the same contract.
Well, yeah, that too.
Here's a sleeper team.
He can use this.
Ready? Sorry.
For the Ravens? For Lamar?
For Lamar, a sleeper team. Do you have one?
Who?
Do you have one? I
mean, there's been rumors that he goes to Washington, but I don't think that's going to happen.
People say the Jets. I've seen Miami. Well, why not Minnesota? Minnesota.
Why not the Packers?
I mean,
because they have stupid Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He's not going. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Oh, I see Atlanta a lot. I see a lot of Atlanta talk.
Oh, I've seen Atlanta.
I can see Atlanta.
I think Baltimore's realized wow, we need to pay the man. We cannot. If they get rid of Lamar, they're going to start from scratch. They're going to be irrelevant.
Yeah, but I think they might start from scratch.
I mean, they're basically at that point anyway.
Yeah,
who's worth keeping on their offense?
Nobody.
It doesn't
They
matter.
Mark
Lamar.
Andrews. That's it.
Lamar will make you a playoff team, whether your offense is good. Their offense was terrible. Why? They made the playoffs. They weren't even they were clearly in the playoffs. You know what I mean? If Lamar doesn't miss the games that he missed, maybe they win the division.
Yeah, but
that's with the terrible.
But he doesn't miss the games that he misses if he has some help.
Why would Lamar come back?
Oh, he got hurt.
Why would Lamar come back? What's keeping him in Baltimore?
That's what. Yeah, exactly. You're not giving him any help.
I'm Lamar, I'm out.
What are you doing for him?
$400 million contract.
He can get them somewhere else. He's Lamar Jackson. That's why he's not getting injured, so he can get that money. You know what I mean? That's why he's not playing. Like, if I'm Lamar, I'm going somewhere else. This team is not that good. Like, around him, he's that good. The team isn't that good. And yeah,
they have Sammy Watkins as like their starting receiver right now.
Yeah,
who they just picked up a couple weeks ago.
Right. So I mean, what are they doing for him to make his life any easier? He wouldn't be getting. He wouldn't have to touch the ball in every single play and do everything if they actually had some weapons for the guy.
Yep. I think he's gone, true. But we'll see. Keep an eye on the Vikings, though.
It's gonna be a fun offseason. All right, moving on to the last game of the weekend: the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers were completely non-factors in the first half.
Tom Brady was washed, bro. Me and my dad were watching the game, and my dad literally asked me, "Why does he keep throwing the ball to the ground?" Because every time he threw the ball, it came up short, straight to the ground, every single time. Like it was like every other pass was to the ground. Like, my man, you're 45. You've had a decent career. All right, hang them up.
Decent career.
Yeah, you've won a little bit. You've won a little bit. Just call it a career, man. But yeah, they're done. Cowboys, well, besides the kicker, played well, right? But I honestly don't think that this game told us too much about the Cowboys because Tampa was just that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Tampa didn't really even belong in the playoffs in the first place.
No, not at all.
Their division was just so bad.
So this is not the first time we've seen a division where the top team of the division was bad. Like all four teams were terrible, and somebody just had to get in the playoffs, right?
The NFC East
not the first
2 years
time.
ago.
Right? Yeah. Didn't Washington make it with a 7-9 record?
Yeah, something like that.
So you think we're ever going to see where maybe it's a different format of getting into the playoffs where just because your division is not, you know what I mean? Like, what if they just say AFC? I don't even
like hockey.
Hockey has, well,
where it's not really division based.
NBA
or NBA, yeah.
NBA is just the top 8 seeds. Well,
yeah, but
6
division,
plus the play-in. The division is just how many games you play. It's just like those guys you play the most.
Right. Yeah, I think it's the same way like for hockey for the most part.
Still make the playoffs even if they're under 500
I don't think so.
Or whatever?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. You gotta be seeded.
Yeah, it's fully seeded.
It's all seeded.
Or maybe the how about maybe the division winner will make the playoffs but not be a home team. You know what I mean?
Like that would make more sense. Like they should have been the 7th seed. Like they should have been the 7th seed and push everybody.
To be honest, because they had a worse record than Seattle.
Than Dallas Giants and Seattle. They were the 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know. It's definitely a conversation because we've seen it recently in several years where
but also if that's the case, you change that up. You're changing up the Jaguars, who just won. They were in the shitty. The only reason they made it because they're in the bad division too.
Yeah.
What were they? 500?
Yeah.
Or did they have a losing record? What was their record?
They were 9-8.
Yeah, I think so.
But like, they only got in like at the last week because their division is so bad. They have the Titans, Colts, and Texans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're 9-8. Jacksonville.
Yeah. So like, if you change that up, it changes that up too, and they just won. So.
But was there anybody that had 10 wins that didn't make it? I don't think so.
In the AFC?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I mean,
but no,
I don't know of any other 9-8 teams.
No, but I'm saying like
in the
AFC,
seeding,
like
no,
the home game. I'm saying the home game because like I'm
But
pretty sure
look
in the
at this.
playoffs there were better teams than the Jaguars. They should have had home field, but they didn't because Jacksonville won the division. So that's what I mean.
If we want to look at just for record's sake, Buccaneers were 8-9. The Lions were 9-8. Didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, yeah, so I mean that changes that.
But they didn't have the luxury of playing the Falcons, Panthers, and Saints.
Yeah.
They had to play the Vikings and Packers the whole time.
Yep.
And Bears.
So, and the Bears.
The Bears.
Bears won 3 games. All right, moving on to let's discuss next week.
Just real quick, the games. No, I'm pulling them up. I'm pulling up the spreads. I have them.
Okay.
I have them saved.
I have them up too.
So,
well, while he's pulling that up, breaking news: Ben Johnson is staying with the Lions.
Oh, okay.
The OC for Detroit.
Okay, thanks.
He was he was one of the top head coaching candidates.
I can sleep well tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
right.
Actually, I've seen 2 teams are after the Dolphins QB coach, Darren Bevel, for their OC job. Stay away from him. Let him stay with us.
Stay away from the Giants. Wink Martindale and Kafka. Both of them have multiple head coach interviews. Both of them. Kafka, I think, has like 3 or 4 teams, and Martindale has like 2 teams. I'm like, which if I had to lose one of them,
Kafka the OC.
Yeah.
QB
if I have to lose one of them, I'd rather lose Kafka because you still have Dayball, who he's not going to let the offense go. Yeah. But I can't lose Wink Martindale. Okay, I love him. Can't lose him. Plus,
this is what happens when your team does well. Okay, they dismantle the coaches.
Yeah,
I know.
Listen,
the price
nobody's lost. Nobody's lost and continue to lose more coaches than San Fran, and they're still in there.
Kafka is a first year OC. Give him one more year. He's not ready. He's not ready to be a head coach yet.
He's not ready.
Yeah, I'm saying that for the other team's sake. Anyways, Jacksonville.
Right. Let's give our predictions.
Jacksonville, Kansas City. Jacksonville is favored. The spread is 8.5 points.
Jacksonville is favored?
No. Chiefs.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you just said Jacksonville is favored.
My bad. I meant the Chiefs.
I was about to say, wait, what?
No. The Chiefs 8.5.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like Jacksonville is kind of in the same boat like the Giants, where they're playing with house money and they already passed everybody's expectations. So at this point, it's just whatever happens. So, I mean,
listen,
I think Kansas City is going to win, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be a slaughter. Just like how everyone thought the Dolphins were going to get killed, I don't think that's going to happen to Jacksonville.
I'm going to be honest. The Chiefs aren't that good.
They're not.
It's just Mahomes.
I've been saying this for like the last 6 weeks. The Bengals are the best AFC team.
Well, I texted Anthony, I think, 2 days ago. I'm like, the AFC sucks, actually. There are no good teams. There's good quarterbacks in the AFC. Yeah. There are no good teams in the AFC.
There's good offenses, but there's no good defense or vice versa.
Only because of the QBs. Look at the Bills' offense, man.
Yeah.
And who's their wide receiver, too?
It's only Burrow and Mahomes, in my opinion. Burrow and Mahomes, that's it. But like, there's no good teams. There's just these guys. I'm like, the Niners are a very good offense. The Niners are a complete team. Even the Eagles are complete teams. Even maybe the Cowboys are a complete team.
I was gonna say, even the Cowboys, man.
Whatever. Man.
I don't know. The Cowboys defense is suspect.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. I mean, their defense is legit.
But whatever.
Beyond Micah Parsons, who's good on their defense? Trayvon Diggs. Okay, I rest my case.
As a unit, they are a very
suck my unit. Dallas is trash.
No, but the NFC definitely has better teams. AFC has better quarterbacks. That's it. So, Chiefs.
So what are our picks here? Yeah,
Chiefs.
I would like Jacksonville.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
At this point, go for it, Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Jacksonville, but I think the Chiefs are going to
win. I'll tell you, the NFL does not want to see that. That would be a disaster.
Yeah, the refs are going to do everything they can to give it to Pat Mahomes.
They are, man. They really are.
Plus,
just like they did everything they could to give it to
the writers.
It's 2 head coaches, but one has Mahomes. So, I'll take the Chiefs. All right.
But I will say, I'll say, I don't think the Chiefs are going to walk all over them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so either.
We've established that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's zoned out through my whole rant.
All right. Saturday night game. Giants, Eagles 7.5. We already pretty much said everything we need to say about this game, right? We already hit it.
Well, we know Kenny picked the Giants. Steve,
no, I didn't pick the Giants. I said I think the Giants are gonna win. Even if we lose, we're gonna cover. I said.
Okay, we're not doing spreads here. We're not doing spreads.
I'm just okay. I'm saying like we're not gonna get killed. I don't think we're gonna get killed. Like we're not losing by. We're not losing by 10+ points.
I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think the Giants are gonna win.
Hello, guy. Let's go.
I think they're gonna upset them because the Eagles are not good.
Yeah, we beat them against the Giants 2 weeks in a row.
The Texans almost beat them. Washington beat them. I don't know what their other 2 losses were, but they're not as good as what they seem like on paper. Jalen Hurts is, like we've been saying, coming in and out of injury. AJ Brown is amazing, but if he can't get the ball to AJ Brown, then I don't know.
I'm trying to get another one of these shirts. See what it says? NFC Champions. I'm trying to get another one of these, all right?
Of the NFC East, I would have to say the Giants are my least hated team.
Actually, it's funny. I was literally thinking like yesterday. I'm like, because like right now the 3 teams. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't like any of them. But if I had to like choose one to cheer for besides the Giants, like I wouldn't mind cheering for Washington. You know what I mean? But I hate Dallas and I hate Philadelphia. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Amp, you gonna bet against Dayball again? You don't want to do that, buddy. All right. You don't want to do that.
Let me just preface. I would love, because nobody likes the Eagles. I would like to see the Giants win.
If we win again,
the Eagles are a stacked, complete team. With that said, they don't have the momentum that the Giants have right now. I'm picking the Giants.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, because if you pick against us and we win again, I'm making a video of all the times you pick against the Giants.
I think Saquon has a big game, by the way.
I saw the Giants after every win, they posted videos called like Sights and Sounds, like I'm sure every team does. And Saquon on the sideline, like even though it was a Danny game, Saquon seemed possessed on the sideline, like the way he was talking to his teammates. I think this week he's going to go off. I think last week was a Danny game. I think this week's going to be a Saquon game.
Yeah, they've shown that they cannot stop the run. Damian Pierce ran all over them. We ran all over them. And we don't have Saquon. So I can just imagine a player like Saquon is just going to destroy them.
You guys can't bet. But if you guys could bet, you bet on a Boston Scott anytime touchdown. Because Boston Scott, I think he has 16 career touchdowns. 13 have come against the Giants. Somehow, some way.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It's insane. Every time he plays the Giants, he scores. Every time. Anytime touchdown, easy money. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell Andy to put a bet because he bets on the games.
Yeah. It always happens. I don't know why.
All right. So, we're all picking the Giants. We're all picking the Chiefs.
Okay.
Let's go on to the Bengals and Bills.
Bengals. Bills. Bills are favored by 4.5. I'm letting you guys know this because I'm picking some upsets here. I already picked the Giants. Amp, Bills, Bengals. Bills are favored.
So I want to see the Bengals kick their ass.
Bengals didn't look that good this week.
I hope that they win, the Bengals. But I'm picking the Bills.
Okay. Yeah. Who did you just say, Steve?
Bengals. Not even a question. I don't even think it's going to be close. They're going to blow them out.
I'm going with the Bengals.
I hope so. I hope I'm so wrong.
I'm going with the Bengals.
You're going with the Bengals? Okay, cool.
I think Miami showed what frauds Buffalo are. So
I hope.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that good. I think Josh Allen has been very bad since, not very bad, but like I saw a listing of all they ranked all the remaining quarterbacks in the playoffs, and they had Josh Allen above Joe Burrow, above Jalen Hurts, above I don't think he's better than either one of those right now.
Because the NFL loves him.
Yeah, he's a darling.
He starts a fight with Christian Wilkins, and then everybody else gets penalties.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback.
Did you see that play, man?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, man. That's such bullshit.
He's the NFL's darling, but he's not my darling. I'm taking the Bengals. Yeah.
My darling.
He's not my darling, okay? My darling.
I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I'm picking the Bills to like sabotage them.
To jinx it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The final
last game of the weekend.
Cowboys, Niners. The Niners are favored. Amp?
I'm going to stick with the Purdy train, man. I'm sticking with the Purdy train. They were my Super Bowl pick at the beginning of the year. I didn't expect it to go this way. I'm riding the Purdy train. Give me the Niners.
Okay. Steve-O?
Same. 49ers. I don't think that Dak and them know what's about to happen when that defense steps on the field. They are going to mop the floor with their offense.
You know what? I feel the exact same way, but the other way around. I think Micah Parsons is going to lay out Purdy. All right? Going to rock and Purdy's going to be he's going to be off his game, whatever game he does have, right? As much as I hate to say
his game is 2 touchdowns a week. That's his game.
As much as I hate to say it, I think the Cowboys win. So that's 3 upsets I'm picking. I think the Cowboys win. I think the Purdy Cinderella story ends here. All right. And sadly, then the Giants got to beat Dallas in the NFC Championship and go to the damn Super Bowl. But, we'll do it. So, yeah, I think the Cowboys win, sadly. I don't want to pick the Cowboys, but I think they win.
That's me with the Bills. Like I don't want to pick the Bills, but
yeah.
Well, I hope you jinx them.
Yep.
I hope so.
So if I have to hear about Dallas winning one more game, I'm going to lose it.
Okay. We'll see. So we got a Chiefs-Bengals AFC Championship, if you ask me, and the Giants-Cowboys NFC Championship. Season's coming to an end.
It'll be good.
Season's almost over.
Hey, XFL starts in a couple weeks.
Hey, Steve.
The week after.
Steve, me and Amp were talking earlier, and we're not gonna be big on the draft this year. All right, like it's gonna be all you by yourself. Giants are picking. Well, already picking 25th right now. Only going to get worse after this week.
We got pick 16,
and the Dolphins don't have a pick, so because they're cheaters.
All right, well, I guess I was watching it at home by myself this year
because they're cheaters. So yeah.
Well, at least they got Tom Brady. Oh.
So any draft prep talk, all these players, you're gonna be our guy because we'll have no clue. So yeah.
Don't worry, we'll probably do something stupid anyway with our pick.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, guys. Guys, this is episode 60 in the books.
That's right. That's it.
Can you believe we've done 60 episodes? What the hell?
I feel like we've done more, but yeah.
So, all right, guys. For anyone still listening after 58 minutes, first of all, thank you.
Episode. It's because it's talking about Brock Purdy half the time.
Hey, real recognize real. What can I say?
Okay.
please give us that 5-star rating. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify. If you are still listening, send us a DM on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, I'm here to the end. Thank you guys for 60 episodes.
Maybe we have something for you.
Yeah. Maybe Amp will cash app you. Who knows? Yeah.
Maybe we'll cash app you something. Maybe we can go virtual host. I don't know. Maybe we'll send you something. So
yeah, the first person. How about this? The first person that DMs us, we're gonna send you a little something.
Okay.
We don't know what it is yet, but we're gonna send you something.
We'll come up with something. It'll be something good. It'll be something real good. Yeah. Real good. You don't want to miss out on this, all right?
It's gonna be a huge surprise. All right, guys. Good luck this weekend, Kenny.
We're all Giant fans this week, all right? All Giant fans.
Steve and I are rocking the Purdy train this week. And let's have another week of football. And we'll see you all next week. Take it easy.